Good day, viewers, and welcome to today's Sport Wrap Show. I am your host, Brian Monango, and updating you on the latest sports news. Well, Kai Havertz scores a second half penalty as he sees Chelsea through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League while Dortmund drop out, and the Newspaper Cup has been announced. It is coming in April in Otjiwarongo. With that, let's get into today's hit list. The 21st Namibian Newspaper Cup competition, supported by Standard Bank, will be hosted this year from the 7th to the 10th of April in Otjiwarongo, where all the 14 regions will definitely be represented at the cup. That is exciting times for football lovers. Well, the Richarley Eagles, Namibia's senior men cricket team, are holding their breaths for the outcome of the last day international matches of the World Cricket League 2 competition between Nepal, Papua Guinea, and the United Emirates that start tomorrow in Nepal. The outcome will determine the Eagles' fate in the competition. The latter countries each have 4 games left in the competition to conclude their 36th game, while Namibia has already finalized their 36 matches with 39 league points in the 3rd place on the log. Nepal, as you can see, 5th, 32 points, and the Emirates 6th with 31 points could respectively end on 40 points and 39, while PNG pose no threat to the Eagles. Hopefully PNG will win a couple of their matches versus the Emirates and Nepal to secure Namibia's 3rd place on the log. So it's the fact that our fate lies in other teams, but hopefully they can come through for us. Well, the game changer is up next right after the break. Well, PSD Bet officially agreed to sponsor MTC Nesta Tobias Fitness Academy on a 3-year contract for the amount of 2.7 million at the headquarters earlier today in Windhoek. Well, do stay tuned for that presser.
Guest, media presser, ladies and gentlemen. Sponsorship is a major part of PSD Bet strategy and has been vital for helping to develop our brand locally. We create deep relationship and partnership with the clubs, teams, venue and event that we sponsor. We are not interested in simply putting our logo on shirt or billboard. We are in it for the love of the game. We are proud to see our name on this organized boxing academy in Namibia, which is MTC Nesta Sunshine Tobias Academy. And this partnership is giving us a huge exposure worldwide, and at the same time, it's empowering the youth that are very talented and interested in boxing. Today, PSD Bet is officially announcing a 3-year deal worth 2.7 million Namibian dollars with MTC Nesta Sunshine Tobias Boxing Academy, which will be now MTC Nesta Sunshine Tobias Boxing Academy, co-sponsored by PSD Bet. We are a sport betting brand, and it's our top priority to invest in corporate social responsibility. I thank you very much.
Today is another milestone when it comes to the MTC Sunshine Boxing and Fitness Academy. We accept this, although it's a big shock for us, we accept this sponsor with all of us heart, our boxers, managers, and our boxing community in Namibia. You know, we've been in a relationship with PSTBet for 1 year, and we've been doing things together. We happen to know each other, and you know, PSTBet is a company who respect their brand. They are very ambitious when it comes to their brand. That's why MTC allow us, or allow PSTBet to join our group when it comes to boxing. So, you know, MTC is one of the admired brand. And you know, when you say you're making a connection in a PSTBet, you talk about you play, we pay, and we come to the Sunshine Academy, no pay, no gain. That's a brilliant combination. And from now on, we take boxing to the next level. And for PSTBet, you show your money is going to be well invested, and you're going to get the value of the investment. I mean, if you talk about MTC, it's a very unselfish company, very successful. It's why it allows other corporates to come and join them in hand to develop sport in Namibia. So money is not for Nesta, it's not for Nelly, it's not for Steven, it's not for any MTC employee or the academy. It's the money for the land of the brave. Because this kid, we're gonna take us to the next level, locally and internationally. Now, from now on, we see PSTBet in the biggest venue of boxing in the world. Because all the boxers, when I wear PSTBet, MTC, and their trunk. From now on, whether it's in the USA, whether it's in the UK, whether it's in Namibia, it doesn't matter which region, PSTBet will be acknowledged and will be part of the development of boxing from now on. We at MTC Sunshine, we work with everybody in boxing. It's up to you to say no. For us, everybody is welcome to work with us. That's why I always make this statement, all the managers, coaches, promoters, submit your name to our office. Because we've got the office in the city center, third floor, room 303. It's easy to find us. You can get us on the website, doesn't matter, you know me. So bring your name. Boxer, you can join us. But we're just excited, you know, to be today I'm very excited to be in Namibia. It's sponsored by a Namibian company owned by Namibians, and that's a big achievement. We can just do things together and produce more world champions and more champions. You can see from around Afidi, that was March. Today, we're in March. That's a year, exactly a year. And we managed to put three boxers in the world rating. You know, to fight for the world title, we have to be in the world rating in the top 50. We managed that together with the MTC, Sunshine, and a co-sponsor by PSTBet. If you remember, in around Afidi, we had three regional titles. And for sure, last fight in Ramatex, we had 4 regional titles. And all those kids, they're in the top 15 right now. And that's a big achievement for a country like Namibia. We compete against the big countries like UK, America, Mexico. And soon we're going to announce a big fight in one of the big countries, you know. Unfortunately, we were supposed to be in Australia today, but the fight has been postponed because of the opponent injured with chicken out. We don't know. That's the news we're getting, but that doesn't demoralize us. Energy keeping in training, is in a gym, and they're just waiting for the next move. And sooner we're going to announce our next event, I think.
Muscle and joint pain should not be the reason you can't perform at your best. Norflex Gel. It also shouldn't be the reason you miss that important deadline. Norflex Gel. Or miss those precious moments that matter the most. Norflex Gel. Norflex Gel penetrates through the skin, numbing the area and relieving pain and inflammation. Norflex Gel is now available in the pharmacy aisle and in supermarkets. New Norflex Gel Fort is available for stronger anti-inflammatory action.
Beat the pain with Norflex Gel.
Well, exciting times. Today we talk to Raoul Spangenberg, sorry for that, the president of the Namibian Triathlon Federation. Well, it's basically a recap video as he talks much more about the African Triathlon Cup scheduled to take place on the 25th of March. So please do enjoy the interview.
And we are back with Raoul Spangenberg, the president of the Namibia Triathlon Federation. I must say, quite an interesting conversation as somebody who's watched triathlon from the sidelines for a while now.
Well, the challenge is on. You're going to be doing one soon.
I mean, I hope so. I hope so. If the
Right, there we
Triathlon
go.
Federation
If she does
is
one, we will pay an entry for her.
Well, that's enticing. That's enticing. Beloftes maak skuld. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about that day that I now have free entry to.
Okay, great. So Swakopmund that day will become a triathlon hub. So the entire event will be situated around the main beach, the Mola area. All right. So we'll be swimming in the Mola. We will be using the parking lot in front of the Under Mola holiday apartments. That parking lot will become a triathlon village for the day. There'll be tents, there'll be food, there'll be drinks, music, a big screen TV. You guys are there. There's MCs coming in, so it's going to be a fun vibe. All right. So that is where everything's going to happen. That's where the transitions are. The bike course runs into town. It actually goes all the way down Velvicha Street past the Dome and back. We close off the entire road, so no cars, just bicycles. The run is on the promenade, Strand Street and the promenade. That is also closed off for the day. It's just for runners. So the whole vibe of the event will be around triathlon, based around triathlon. Now, obviously, hosting an event of this magnitude is the World Triathlon bodies take it very serious in terms of safety. And Swakopmund as a town has really put their hand forward to make Swakopmund an annual destination for triathlon. And there's big dreams and plans for triathlon in Swakopmund. And we're grateful to the city of Swakopmund for making this possible. I mean, it's inconveniencing their residents, but I mean, Swakopmund is a happy town. They're happy to contribute. Now, we've got some excellent people coming down. I'm sure we're going to be talking about that a bit later. But I ask people to come and have a look and just see what it's all about. We're trying to put up as professional a show as possible. And just come and give it a go. You don't need to be a serious triathlete to participate.
Okay, fantastic. So tell me a little bit more for those of us who are watching, or those of the viewers who are watching who might be interested, but persuade them a little. Tell them a little bit what keeps you coming back to triathlon.
It's just a healthy lifestyle. You know what? I've cycled, I ran, and I don't really want to ditch the other sports because I mean they've got their place. They're doing great things, but triathlon brings a lot of balance. You know, it's unfortunately, as I got older and I got kids, I don't have time to cycle 16 or 20 hours a week anymore. For triathlon, I can cycle less because the distance is shorter. Neither can I run a 21 or a 42k once a week. I just don't have the time. For triathlon, I only need to run 5 kilometers. Same for swimming. I only need to swim either 750 meters or 325 meters. Depends on what event I sign up for. So it's manageable, and that is what people need to realize. There's a distance for every ability. So it's a healthy sport, a balanced sport.
So if anybody wants to get in touch with you guys to take part in this
Yes.
event, how are they going to do
All
that?
right, so the NTF's got a website, www.ntf.co.na. We've got accredited coaches that's listed on the website. You're welcome to either contact ourselves, our details are on there, or contact one of the coaches and come for a tryout. Just have a chat, see what it's all about. Come to an event and chat to us about it. I'm sure you'll get hooked fairly quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I must say, the moment they come out of the water, I'm already like, yeah! So tell me a little bit about the future plans for the Triathlon Federation. Obviously,
right.
you guys are growing.
Yes.
But what does that future growth look like?
All right, so we've come to realize about 3 or 4 years ago, there is a lot of opportunity for Namibians in triathlon. And we haven't fully harnessed that. Look, we've always had good triathletes. I mean, most recently, Divan de Plooi has been to Commonwealth Games. We had Jean-Paul Berger, Dricus Coetzee, Doki Bombosch, Charmaine Shannon. There's a host of great athletes we had. But it was sort of if the system let them down, It got expensive for these guys to go and travel to race in other countries. So we thought, let's bring the races to them. And we've got a big focus in terms of juniors. Like I said, we'll be sending a team to the Junior Commonwealth Games this year, and we're very excited. We do think we've got some very good athletes. And we've got a system in place where we're growing their kits. So hopefully in 5 or 6 years from now, we've got professional triathletes. And the opportunity is there. And that's the mandate and that's the plan. But on the social level, NTF is really trying to grow the sport. We want to make it a mainstream sport. There's no reason why we shouldn't have a massive Windhoek triathlon or Swakopmund triathlon once a year and attract 100 to 200 social people just to come out and have fun. And then obviously long term, there's plans. We would like to host events like the Ironman. I don't think that is far off. That is in our reach. It's almost there. And I think that'll just change the sport of triathlon forever.
Okay, fantastic. And would you be able to expand a little bit more about triathlon's place on the world stage? We've now sort of carved a place for ourselves in athletics with Christine Mboma, Beatrice Masilingi, cycling with Tristan and all these guys. What is triathlon's place on the world stage in Namibia?
All right, so triathlon as a sport worldwide has taken a remodeling. They're really trying to make triathlon attractive. So the beautiful thing about triathlon is that it's so concentrated in one area, is spectators can actually see the whole thing and not just when somebody goes past. So they've made triathlon as a sport much more attractive to the viewers out there. Unfortunately, we are maybe 3 or 4 years off from having a superstar on the circuit. We were well on our way last year. Unfortunately, some athletes changed. A few things happened to athletes, but we've quickly recouped. And I think 3 or 4 years from now, we'll have some very good athletes on the world circuits.
Okay, fantastic. And then, second to last question. I wanted to make that the last question, but I'm enjoying this conversation. So, tell us a little bit about the history of triathlon. Where exactly does it come from? When exactly did it start? Because for a lot of people, it may seem like it just kind of fell out of the sky, but obviously it has a long track in Namibia. Could you tell us a little bit about the history of triathlon?
Triathlon in Namibia is actually a very old sport. It's been around for a long, long time. I've been trying to dig through the history to find some information, but I mean in the 80s, Namibia had a massive triathlon following. And a few people know, but we actually hosted triathlon cups, Africa Cups, all the way back then. It used to be at Marienthal at the Hardap Dam. And I mean, athletes like Doki Bombosch, those guys were the local legends at the time. And few people know, but Doki just came short of qualifying for the Olympics way back then. So triathlon it's been coming for a long time, and I mean, only the last 3 years have we sort of made it mainstream. And I think we're riding the crest of the wave now. It's a good time to be a triathlete.
Okay, fantastic. And then we have a tradition on Flex where we share health and health tips with one another. Do you have a health tip to share with our viewers?
Yes. Get up early. Watch the sunrise. I think there's a lot of value just in our busy lives to get up early and make some time for yourself. Life seems to run away from us these days. But before we close off, I want to add that we've got over 40 pro athletes coming to this event. And I might be wrong, I might be right, but I think this is the single largest event in terms of pro athlete attendance. And what I mean by pro athlete is nobody from Namibia, it's all professional athletes from across the world. We've got athletes coming in from America, from Japan, Kazakhstan, Europe, Great Britain. Obviously there's an African, South Africa, Mozambique and all of that, but at the moment we're standing in 40 pro athletes that signed up that will all be racing on that day.
Well, Ariohat is up next with Globetrotting.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with soccer news. It is a UEFA Champions League that continued. It was second round games and it is a good result for Chelsea. Chelsea through to the quarterfinals. In the round of 16 they beat Borussia Dortmund. That was at home. They beat them by 2-0. On aggregate they won 2-1. That was after Borussia Dortmund won the first round that was played in Germany. Also, it was Benfica that also played against Club Brugge, and that was played in Lisbon at home. A big result for Benfica, also easy victory for them. Benfica beat Club Brugge by 5-1, and on aggregate it is 7-1. So Club Brugge also through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And continuing with cycling news, it's the Paris-Nice cycle tour that continues. Stage 3 that was concluded, a team time trial over 32.2 kilometers. And the winners of that team time trial was Team Jumbo Visma. And in second position, EF Education Easy Post. And because of the second position of EF Education Easy Post, it is Magnus Kurt Nielsen that is now the yellow jersey holder. Still very tight at the top, just a few seconds between all of the riders. And he's got a combined time of 7 hours 53 minutes and 41 seconds. He's just 1 second ahead of Nathan van Hooijdonk. He's from the Jumbo Visma team. He's in the second position at the moment. Stage 4 will be 165 kilometers. And continuing international sports news with golf news, it is on the African continent. It is the Kenya Open, the magical Kenya Golf Open that will take place this week, and it will finish on Sunday, starting on Thursday. It is part of the DP World Tour. Rich in tradition also, the Kenya Open, Golf Open, the first tournament was hosted in 1967, and that was at the Mataiga Golf Club in Nairobi, where it's going to be held this weekend as well. Significantly, 1978, it was Seve Ballesteros, a well-known player from Spain, became the world number 1. He won the 1978 Kenya Open, and then in 2000, it was also a major winner from South Africa, Trevor Immelman, that was victorious in the Kenya Open. So lots of history in the tournament, and it will start on Thursday, finishing with the 4th round on Sunday, being played in Nairobi. Then also on the PGA Tour, it is the Players' Championship that's happening in America. It's also a men's tournament, and they call it the unofficial 5th major. So all the top-ranked players in the world playing in the tournament. Unfortunately, the players playing in the Live Golf League will not be playing in the Players' Championship this year. One of the strong 3 balls that's teeing off in the first round on Thursday will be Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler and Jon Rahm. They're number 1, 2 and 3 in the world. Jon Rahm being the number 1 player in the world at the moment. So they're playing together for the first 2 rounds. Sadly, the defending champion is Cameron Smith. Sadly, I'm saying because he's not playing in the tournament, because he's with the Live Golf League, and that's a breakaway league, so they're not playing in the tournament. Ironically, Cameron Smith actually lives on the golf course, and he will be at the tournament, so he said that he might go and watch the tournament as a part of the crowd. So that is quite sad. Hopefully, World Golf can figure this out. Cameron Smith, currently number 4 in the world, defending champion, and not playing in the Players' Championship. So hopefully officials can sort out this whole thing between PGA, DP World Tour and Live Golf. Closing off with tennis news and good news for the WTA. That's a women's tennis organization, and they confirmed that they have an equity partner in CVC Capital. They're going to invest $150 million into the WTA Tour, and that is for a 20% stake, and they will call it now the WTA Ventures. Also, CVC Capital, they associated with Formula One racing and also with Six Nations Rugby. So that's the international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's Sport Wrap show. We will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Goodbye.